This is Mountain Psych.
Mountain Psych.
Mountain Psych.
Mountain
Psych.
Psych.
Mountain Psych.
Mountain
Mountain
Psych.
Psych, man. Mountain Psych. Hey, it's Mountain Psych.
Mountain Psych.
Mountain Psych. Conversations
Conversations.
from the mountains.
All right. Welcome to the show, guys. I know you guys don't know much about this, but this is my podcast. It's Mountain Psych. Just honestly, it's just for me, and it's just something I like to do. And I like to talk to people about pretty much anything. And for the most part, I really like you guys. I've had you in my house, and you guys are going to play a show here in Idaho Springs. So go ahead and introduce yourselves.
I'm Becca.
I'm Tomas, and together we are TGTG.
Woo!
And what do you guys do? How do you?
How do you do what we do?
Let's hear your story.
Okay, we are a nomadic couple, traveling band of musicians, and we've been living nomadically for the last 3 years and 3 months. Our campaign is called Positive Energy World Tour, and it's a 10-year plan to travel the world, spread positivity, and inspire people to follow their dreams.
That's awesome, man. And
Yeah.
You're 4 years in, right?
Well, yeah, this is the 4th year now, and so far we've been to 49 states. We've been to a couple provinces in Canada, and we are proud to announce that in September we're going to Japan.
Hearing that news was pretty exciting to me. I was like, how did that even come to fruition? Who in Japan is having you?
Friends of
Tokyo.
ours.
Yeah, you got friends in Tokyo?
Well, here's how this happened. So I'm a firm believer that if you put your work in, you put positive energy into the universe gives you positive energy.
Right.
And we play with a bunch of local bands whenever we go to all the cities that we go to. And in Florida, we played with a band called,
Coffin Varnish.
they are really good friends.
Okay.
And from the first time we played with them, we loved them, they loved us, and they were like, hey, we went to Japan last year, and we're going again this year, and we want to offer you guys for us to, you can tag along with us, we'll book all the shows, you just have to pay for your flights. And we're like, whoa, I
That's
didn't even do
happening?
that.
That is so cool. That is
So,
one of the coolest things.
As soon as they offered us that, we got online and we're like, all right, everybody, we have a chance to go to Japan, and we're going to do a fundraiser thing. So a lot of our friends chipped in, family and fans, and so thank you to all those people, and we were able to raise enough money for our flights, and we're going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what was the other band's name again?
Coffin Varnish with a K. Coffin Varnish.
And they knew, man, that is pretty amazing that you guys are out there. I love the entire Positive Energy Tour. I think that very highly of that myself. Even more so recently, putting out, good vibes and just having, good outlook on things, like a really great way to get what you want. Like you have to will it into existence. You have to try really hard to achieve certain things. If you're willing to put that kind of energy out there, you're going to get that kind of energy back. I think that for a lot of things, and not always like specifically mental things, but like physical things and what you want and how you're going to get those things. 'Cause it worries me a lot more when people are like, it's very noticeable when you get negative energy from people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to get out of that. It's, once you're down that path, it's really hard. So, Positive Energy Tour, that's amazing, and it got you to Japan. Like, you guys are officially out of 49 states. You're going, but now you said you did Canada too, so this would be your second out of country experience, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
It's our first time in a new continent. So
Right.
it's
I'm surprised you
really
haven't gone
exciting.
south. Like,
We wanted to, we just don't have connections to go.
Yeah.
So the way that we're doing this is, since it's a very low budget type of life, and we sleep out of the car. We're driving around in a Honda CRV. We stay with friends like you, and we do couch surfing sometimes. But since it's low budget, we don't have the money to just say, hey, let's go to Europe. Hey, let's go to South America.
Right,
Hey, let's go here. It's so pretty much how we're doing it is whenever we find a connection that can hook us up with shows in different spots, and maybe lend us gear when we're over in those countries, then we'll like make it happen, you know, financially. We'll just like get some crowdfunding going, or if we have enough, then we'll just like, you know, do the thing.
Right.
And this is our 4th year, so we're pretty confident that like by the 5th, 6th year, 7th year, like we'll be able to afford all of our decisions, you know, and just like go.
Yeah.
And even have like our dream home, which is the Mercedes Sprinter, converted, so we can have a bed and a kitchen in our vehicle.
Yeah, that's gonna be amazing. You're gonna.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll find it. I'm sure that energy is gonna come back to you, and like the way you guys played. Just let everyone know they played a small show here in Idaho Springs at the Moose, and you know, real high energy, really great stuff, and actually pulled in a small crowd, which honestly our town lacks a little music following. They don't really. People aren't into it for some reason. Or like the locals aren't.
Yeah,
It's
well,
kind of weird.
Everyone's different.
Everyone's different, yeah. People here are really into biking and
Outdoors.
I don't know if that's fair either. There was a lot of people there that just, I don't even know what they do. But, yeah, unless it's our small town MO. But I was hoping for a little more people, but at the same time, like I was surprised, towards the end of the night, got a small crowd. And
It was a
you
little
guys
crowd that could.
Yeah, and you guys totally sold some CDs and t-shirts and successfully got that off. And you guys do all your own merch and everything on the road, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what other things do you guys have?
So we've got shirts, stickers, CDs, patches, posters, and our specialty piece is our Jenga novelty peace pipes that have TGTG burned on the back of them. But yeah, those are our little special fun pieces of merch that we
Nice.
make.
That's really cool. I really like those things. Do you guys ever get requests to have anyone send you CDs and/or merch? Like you guys have a following outside of like you got your Instagram and everything like that. Does anyone ever reach out to like, hey, can you send me your new CD?
Well, as soon as we release our albums, that's when people will be like, hey, I wanna get an album. So you know, then they'll purchase one and we send it their way. But I don't know, the way things are going these days, everybody just goes on Spotify and listens to stuff. So we're on Spotify if you guys want to check out our 3 albums that are there. And if you want a physical copy, we have them with us. You can come out to a show when we come to your city, or you can write to us on Instagram or Facebook. Our handle is right behind him. It's at TGTG Music, and we can mail you a copy if you want. Everything is donation based that we do. We don't set a price on any of our merch. It's what people want to help. You know, it's their donation. So some people give us $10 for a CD, which is what we suggest. Some people, they're like, oh, I can't afford that. I only got $5. Okay, here you go. And some people are like, man, I really want to support. Like, this cause is really awesome. So here's $20 for a CD. You know, so like it balances out.
Yeah.
And every little bit helps you guys. Or even if you just want to toss some money our way, we have a Venmo. You can search that on it's on Venmo. It's Tomas Gorio, TOMAS _ GORRIO, or not underscore, just a dash. Tomas dash Gorio.
That's only a little
Yeah,
bit
there's a lot of
confusing.
there's a lot of
I'll try to fit that into the description. So
yeah.
this will be the first time I had anybody with so many Facebook handles.
All the handles.
Yeah, like I don't.
It's too many
Not
handles to handle.
really big. Yeah, I'm not real big on the handles. I need to just to grow this a little bit better, but at the same time, it's just like for me, like I figured, it just like you guys, the more I put into it, the more I'll get back from it. You guys this is officially just my 4th show, so
Making it happen.
yeah. And then you guys were coming in. I was planning on this for a little while, so I was like, I'm totally gonna get these guys to do a show and it'll be fun.
Yeah.
How do you guys? Sorry, second time in Colorado. Did you guys do anything new?
Well, we went to the baseball game on Sunday, which was insanely
Astros
fun.
versus the Rockies.
Oh
Yeah, it was the
yeah.
Astros.
That was-
Yeah, and they had the fireworks game. So that's
Yeah, that was a really sweet fireworks show too. I wasn't really expecting it to be that big. I
That
guess.
is as
I
good
don't
as
know.
it gets. I think you don't get professional fireworks up in the mountains. We get the
Oh, yeah.
long-awaited fireworks. So like they'll start and they'll have a small break. And I'm like, is it over? and then it'll start again because I have to reload everything. And they're just people just running around with, you know, it's just not as it's not as set up. There's not computer systems, not a bunch of stuff set up. They might have done it professionally this year, so I hope you guys enjoy Idaho Springs.
I'm really excited for the snakes and the sparklers. Those are great.
Yeah. You're not going to sell enough. Just snakes and sparklers. It's about the consumer.
Yeah.
So most interesting state and or venue, like craziest. Come on, give me a crazy.
Alaska.
Yeah, Alaska.
Alaska's
Okay.
really, really awesome. We highly recommend it. It's not too many people go there because they're like, oh, well, we're in the U.S. already. If we're gonna travel, let's save up for Europe. Let's save up for Australia. Let's save up for Japan. But they never save up for Alaska. So if you can save up for Alaska, go check it out. It's really awesome. It's beautiful. It's a lot of cool, wacky people, like in their own world. Just really friendly people. Really nice.
And I'm guessing the only state you haven't been to is Hawaii. So
Yeah.
That's right.
man, you gotta get out there. Like there's some of the few states that I still want to go to. Like I don't really want to visit every state in the United States. To be honest with you, I've been to a lot of them, but there's some I'm just like, why do I want to be here?
Yeah, some parts just like it's like leveled out, and everything there just seems to kind of level out. Alright.
Right? No, and so how'd you guys meet then?
You want me to? I don't know.
Tell the story.
Yeah, you tell us.
Who tells it better?
I mean, Tom tells everything. I'll start it and then you finish it. How about that?
All right.
So I'm from Nashville, and Tom had moved to Nashville with his last band, and I guess like a more summed up version would be that I worked with like old coworkers of his and his old bandmate, and eventually like ended up going to like a party that was found out later was at his house, and we.
I threw a 420 party at my place.
Yeah.
And she was there, but we didn't know each other
We didn't
yet.
know.
And yeah, I had my girlfriend, she had her boyfriend, so it was like, we didn't really care
Yeah.
to meet. But we went to Taco Bell at 3 in the morning in my great van. And I was the van guy for the band, so I had the 12-passenger van, and we're like, let's everybody let's pile in and go to Taco Bell at 3 in the morning. And so we did that, and we hung out again here and there, and eventually I had broken up with my ex-girlfriend. She broke up with her ex-boyfriend, and we're like, you want to hang out? Yeah, let's hang out. Cool. And we started hanging out, falling in love. And I told her, look, I'm about to set off on this journey to go travel the world with my music because I'm done with the music industry here in Nashville. So what do you say? I can teach you some instruments and we can go together. And she's like, hell yeah, let's go. And here we are, 3 years into it, still going.
And we still like each other. The true miracle
Yeah,
of it all.
that is amazing, and especially in your little car.
Yeah.
And you had a little more space. I could see that working out a little better, but at the same time, that's
It's
amazing.
the
that you guys
ultimate
are out
relationship
together.
test.
Yeah. Can you stay within each other's bubbles at all times? You're in one bubble now.
Yeah.
Our bubbles have formed into one.
So watch out.
Just one big bubble. Just watch out. But anything cool happened this last year for you guys? So you guys put out this album. When did that come out?
This album came out in March.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we released it. It's all of our 3 albums are self-released, but this one, when we were in Oklahoma City, we have a friend. His name is Kyle. He goes by Larry Chin, and he's like, hey man, I've toured a lot, I've been in bands a lot, and now I want to help the cause, so I'm starting my own indie label, and I'd like you guys to be on it. So he's re-releasing this album with vinyl.
What?
After
Nice.
we come back from Japan, and we're on his label. So
That's awesome.
we're on.
You guys signed.
Yeah, we're
You
signed.
guys signed. That's amazing.
We're signed to Outpost
31 studios.
studios.
That is really cool. That's a big step up from recording randomly in other people's places, right? It's like, how did you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll still be recording our
Right.
stuff, because we just like to be artistic with how our sound is.
Control enthusiasts.
Yeah. But you definitely, he's gonna re-release it, so he's just gonna take your recordings and
Yeah.
you're not gonna go there and re-record everything.
No, it's all recorded. It's all mastered by a friend, Eric
Okay.
King. But for the vinyl, there's a special type of mastering. So he's gonna remaster the thing so that it can be on vinyl and release it that way. So as far as this album goes, it's definitely on a label now.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's super exciting. I'm stoked for the vinyl. I wish I had a record player and I would ask for one, but I don't. So
We're stoked for
don't
the
waste
vinyl.
one on me. Not like our friend Pat, who has a vinyl of everything.
Right? Oh my gosh.
I would assume
Yeah.
he still has it all. I'm hoping and like some have it and then
Crates
gone.
upon crates.
Right. That's always fun sitting around and you're just like, oh, check this one out, and you just like start shuffling through stuff. Like, I can see why it's so fun to have vinyl, but at the same time, I feel like I'm just a little too late around the curve just to start a vinyl collection. And then at some point, I'll just treat it like VHS, or like DVD. I leave DVD, I have X amount of DVDs that are in my TV, never break any of them out, ever. They're just down there. I'm like waiting for the power outage, and I'm like, oh, then I wouldn't have DVD anyway. So I'm like, okay, wait for the
Yeah.
when I don't have internet.
There you
When I
go.
have internet, I don't need DVD.
Yeah, the internet has just made so many things obsolete at this point. It's
Right?
kind of crazy.
Well, that's what I say. I think with music, it's hard with CDs. Like
Yeah.
my friend, like, we were at a show recently, and he bought a CD, and somehow it ended up in my pocket. And I just have it sitting upstairs, still when it's slid. I'm just like, I don't even know what to do with this. Like, I had one, and then one other time, like the only CD I ever had, I just keep it in my car. So anytime I feel like it, it's just. And I'll probably do that with yours. I'll just
Yeah.
the one CD in my vehicle.
When you're driving around and you're like, I got a little further to go, I'll turn on this.
Right? Just sometimes you need to change it up without fiddling with the phone.
Yeah.
It's easy. My last album that I did that with was like TV on the radio, Dear Silence. That became my favorite album ever. Like I didn't like it at first, and then it was the only CD that I had, and I was like, and I didn't have radio, so I was just like, fuck it. Just kept on playing that, and I played it everywhere I went, and I got really addicted to it, and I was like, when I lost that CD and I sold that truck, I was super depressed. I was like, oh, my CD's gone. I missed that album. But I think that was the last time I actually had like a small CD collection. So trying to think of what we haven't covered. This is kind of hard because we kind of already talked about some of these things over the time that you've been here. So this is more like a refresher for anyone else that's listening. So I just wanted to go over, you were talking about how you guys do your recording on the road. And
Yes. So we have our laptop with us and recording gear. We have mics and mic stands and all the stuff that you need. So what we did with this album in particular, and the reason it's called Nomadic Hearts, is because we decided to record on the road instead of just, once we have the bulk of songs, like stay in one place and record it all. We decided let's just let's write as we go and let's record as we go. So once one song was ready, then so I'm a drummer too, and on the albums I produce them with drums. And whenever we stay in a place that has a drum set, I'll ask the person. I'll be like, hey, would you be okay with me taking a couple hours on that drum set? And they'll give me the go ahead, and I'll just mic it up and get my laptop going and record the drum tracks for that one song. And then once that track is recorded, along the way, then another place that we're staying at, I'll ask if I can bring my amp in and record guitars. Then we'll record the bass and vocals and so forth as we go. So this album, and it even says it on the back, this album was recorded in houses all across the country. So.
And how long did it take you to record it by doing it that way?
The whole year. So
it took a year to do that album.
Yeah, since we already had 2 albums, and the fans from the first album were still trying to catch up with the second album. We're like, well, there's no reason to rush this release. Let's take our time. Let's really enjoy it. And we actually included a synthesizer for this album because we have a friend, Trish, from Lake Charles, Louisiana. She had a synthesizer that I really liked, and I'm like, are you using it still? Like, can I buy it from you? She's like, yeah, go ahead, buy it. I'm not using it at all. We got it and we started messing with it. I'm like, let's put this into the album and see like how we can do with a synthesizer and just explore that. So this album is the only one of the three that has a synthesizer, and the only one out of the three that was recorded from house to house to house. So this is our new baby. We love this one a lot.
Nice.
If you have a chance to go on Spotify and check it out, or we're also on YouTube and Bandcamp and all the platforms.
Right. So what's the YouTube video?
The YouTube video, our single for this album, is called Romantic Novel. And funny thing about this music video is that I learned how to ride a unicycle and play guitar at the same time, so we can film the first verse over a bridge in California. And
I wonder how this is gonna work.
and here it is.
You and me, living at the edge of a romantic novel of mystery. I've been known to light a candle for you. You and me, find the light at the end of the tunnel and I'm ready to rumble. I've been known to light a candle for you. I've seen a century turn without a lesson to learn. The heat started to burn, so I've come to my senses. So I found me a girl, and now we travel the world. No fear, no stress, no consequences. Yeah. You and me, living at the edge of a romantic novel of mystery. I've been known to light a candle for you. You and me, find the light at the end of the tunnel and I'm ready to rumble. I've been known to light a candle for you. My heart, so defensive from an early start, but I'll never surrender a magical spark. Yeah, you can call me baby. My heart, so defensive from an early start. These stories become our biggest accomplishments, and I will always find a way to break down. Oh yeah, you and me, living at the edge of a romantic novel of mystery. I've been known to light a candle for you. You and me, find a light at the end of the tunnel and I'm ready to rumble. Oh, baby, yeah.
Cool. Was that kind of the same way you got that recorded though? Like, were you guys all over the place starting recording that too?
That's how we record all our music videos too, with our iPhone and just like.
That was just phone recording?
Yep.
Damn, that's pretty good. I was wondering, like, when they changed some of the definition changed, but I was like, really good. I was like, it's the only thing I caught for that one moment, but besides that, I was like,
Yeah.
pretty impressed.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, just, you know, do that on your phone and then syncing it up. You guys just use GarageBand and
iMovie.
iMovie?
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing what you can do with iMovie. It's all
Yeah.
I'm using. I don't need it. I'm not editing anything now, really. Like this will be all edited and just like topped on top of each other. I just do a split screen.
There you
I
go.
was gonna do the whole like camera back and forth thing, but honestly, I just don't have that kind of time. Like going through an hour interview and being like, all right, skim back, start over. They didn't say anything. God damn it, skim back. Cut this piece. Oh, I moved something. Okay, man. Now it's all online.
Yeah, that's when that hobby becomes like taking over your life at that point. You're like having to go through every little thing. Right?
Well, I used to, and like, you never actually saw any of my videos, but I was doing video down in Austin, Texas. We were doing live shows and stuff like that.
Ah.
So that's one of my old hobbies, and like one of the things I tried getting into, and you know, I did not. I did put a lot of energy into it, and then I just stopped for some reason and left it all behind. But that was like my little creative outlet then. And this is why I started this. So
Hell yeah.
still trying to get something like that. But, what were the locations on that? Like just a little bit.
All of the like outdoor, like the bridge scene and like the outdoor scenes in the beginning were in Callahan, California, which is like this teeny tiny little town in Northern California. Like the closest thing it's to is Mount Shasta, which isn't exactly a huge place, but yeah, it's just like
We love small towns,
Yeah.
really friendly people, everybody knows each other, and we stayed with a band from there called the Windfields, and they were like, hey, there's a bridge around here if you want to film there at all, and coincidentally, the girl in that band, she also rides a unicycle.
Ah, nice.
So, and her wheel was bigger than the wheel on mine, and I was like, that might be a little flashier for the video, let me use that. And I was still new at riding unicycle, so it was already hard for me to do the thing, and then to add a bigger wheel, like, there's a lot more time on that video, and that's because there's bloopers at the end for how many times it took to get that shot from the beginning of the bridge to the end of the bridge. Yeah, you don't have to play it now, but for the viewers at home, if you want,
I just want to watch you fall. And this is failing. And again. That's a
I'm almost there.
we were there for hours. We were there so long.
My legs were burning by the end. That's the all the way. And I get to the end, I'm like, oh, thank God. And those wigs, that's in Boise, Idaho, with our friend Emily. And she had the wigs, and we're like, let's go for it.
And
And
who's
the onesies are Becky's, our friend from Great Falls, Montana.
right?
And that's right outside her house.
I'm glad you guys don't own those. Those are ours. And if you're listening, they were wearing a Care Bear onesie and a unicorn onesie. That was the rainbow Care Bear, which I'm not entirely sure which one that is. Is it just rainbow?
I honestly, I'm not
Happy,
sure.
Happy Care Bear?
Rain Bear.
Rain Bear? Bow Bear?
But yeah, we just film along as we go, and we have like ideas for the music videos that we're currently filming, and then we just tell our friends, hey, do you want to partake in this, and maybe like pitch in some ideas, and it's like an artistic party, like, yeah, everybody pitch in.
Nice.
And for our friends that aren't shy, we try to get them like a role in our music video and see if they can be a character in our music video. Currently, we're filming a music video for the first song on this album called Silver Boat, and we're halfway through filming that, and but we've just been enjoying the traveling so much that we kept it on hold, but it should be done like I think before Japan, hopefully before Japan, so we can have a new video to promote when we're there.
Nice. That's super exciting, and like I want to see. Well, that's actually pretty amazing. 1,000 views on this, so.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You guys ever watch
I
that?
haven't
Do you
checked
ever
that
watch
in
the
a minute.
tickers? You probably shouldn't watch tickers. You just keep on putting up stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's going to
We'll
work
see.
out
We'll check it every now and
best for you
then.
guys.
We checked it a lot for our first music videos, for the first album and the second album. And,
1,000K, 1.5 on this one. It's
Yeah.
pretty impressive. Hey, 3.8. Damn, you guys done now. Doing a good
Yeah.
job on that.
Fly Son of a Gun, that's a really popular one. That's a fan favorite. A lot of people like that one. And that one, we have a lot of places, a lot of the national
Landmarks.
monuments and landmarks
Yeah.
around the country. Like we filmed some of it in front of the, as you can see, the San
Golden Gate
Francisco, Golden Gate Bridge. We filmed in front of the
We've, the Washington Monument
Yeah.
and the Lincoln Memorial.
and the Statue of Liberty is in
Statue of
there.
Liberty.
The Bean in Chicago is in there.
The Parthenon in Nashville.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll check it out afterwards, obviously. Let's check out most of these. I don't want to spend the whole time just watching YouTube videos.
Yeah.
That's beyond me.
We're explaining it for the folks at home.
Right?
Yeah.
No, but like, yeah, you can find them on YouTube. You guys have any people you want to shout out and give thanks to? And
I think we got a lot of them.
you
through
do
our thing, but let's
few
see.
shout outs there. That's,
To our families, to our friends that helped us start this whole thing back in Nashville and in Miami, to all of our drummers. So we do, when we do the thing live, this is another really important thing that we do. when we do it live, I do a one-man band set up with like foot percussion at the guitar, and I sing, and then she does bass, keyboard, and sings. And since there's drums on the album, we invite any drummer to come up and join us. So there's been a few drummers that have learned our set. So we just send them the set list. They'll learn the songs, and then when we get to their city, they jump on stage with us.
nice.
So shout out to Carter Russell for
Yeah.
being the first and our main drummer. And he's driven to, not only has he played in his city, which is Kennesaw, he's from Kennesaw, Georgia, but he's also driven to different places, to different cities to follow us and on his own dime, like to play and have the experience. And of
That's
course,
awesome.
if we get paid, we give him a third of that. But he does it for the experience, for the love of it. He loves us, he loves our music, and so we feel like he's part of the band.
Right?
And so when he heard that we were going to Alaska the first time, he's like, hey, I'm gonna save up and I'm gonna go with you guys too. So he flew out to Alaska and played some shows with us there. And now, since we're going to Japan, he's like, guess what, I'm going to Japan too.
Fuck yeah.
So he
So
bought
you guys
us
are a
tickets.
three-piece.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
Japan we'll be a three-piece.
Damn.
Works
It
out.
sounds like he's ready. He's on board. He just needs to.
Yeah.
He just needs to join the tour, like
Yeah.
full on.
Yeah, once
Just
we,
follow you around in his smaller vehicle.
yeah. Right now we're still like trying to afford the life for just us two, but we know that as soon as we get to that spot where we can afford to bring musicians along, he's our first guy, and he's got first dibs no matter what.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now it's gonna be an exciting day when you guys start booking everything. You're like, oh, we're gonna get paid for all these bookings.
Yeah.
Ah, this is actually kind of nice. And you're
Living a
you guys
cushy
are-
life.
Right? It's gonna get better. I'm sure of it. Like you guys jam out. It's fun. Yeah, had a really good time out of that. So.
Thanks.
I really do want to see you at a real or another venue. Like, you guys only played one in Colorado, right? Besides us. Did you play in Grand
Two.
Junction?
We've
did.
played a few places in Colorado actually. We've been to Grand Junction, Palisade, Fruita. We've been to South Colorado too.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of where we played.
We played in Boulder. We played in
Fort Collins.
yeah. Is Colorado Springs one of them too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know that
we
we played there. Did we play?
Did you guys play before you guys came into town though?
Yeah, we played in Palisade and
Okay.
Fruita
Yeah.
before we came here.
How was Fruita? Where did
It's nice.
Yeah, where did you guys play at in Fruita? What was
Copper
the?
Club.
Oh, okay, the little brewery.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's
It's
just
a little
not-
quaint spot with cool, nice beers and everything. Did you guys end up? Did you guys go to the Spicy Tomato?
No.
The
We
pizza
went
place?
last year though.
Yeah.
Pizza place is
Yeah.
delicious. It is awesome. I go out there once a year.
Yeah.
Go bike. Is it pretty hot out there when you guys were out there?
It was alright.
Catch a good day.
Bad.
Yeah, I think we had a good day.
It's
It was hot.
It's the desert. Gets hot out there fast.
Dry.
It's dry
For
as
sure.
fuck.
But when we played in Palisade, they had us playing outside.
Oh my god, it was really hot in
And the
Dallas.
sun was like on us for an hour until it went down.
Yeah.
But it was nice, and the people really loved it, and we had a big crowd pretty much all 3 hours of our set. And,
That's awesome.
Yeah, and oh, another thing about that kind of goes with this story. So we have Planet Fitness memberships.
Right.
So wherever we're at, we can have a shower and do exercise. But so Planet Fitness does this like every month they have pizza night. So I'm like, all right, pizza night, we get to eat for free. Let's go. So we went to pizza night, which was like 2 days after our Palisade show, and there was a girl there that was working, and she recognized me. She's like, hey, I recognize that mustache. Weren't you that band that like played at the brewery? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh my god, I was there with my manager. Here, let me go tell her. And she like ran, and we were like, oh man, that's pretty funny. We felt famous, you know. It was cool. But yeah, that happened in Palisade and in Grand Junction. The Planet Fitness was in Grand Junction. The show was in Palisade.
Right? That's a good call, though. The
Yeah.
Planet Fitness or, whatever fitness, just to be able to
Oh yeah.
always have that shower, always have that ability to take a shower. But that's cool that you were able to run into someone from that. Like, weren't you guys just... Yes, pizza night.
And we're like,
Yeah, one time we were, I don't remember where we were in this one, but we were at a grocery store.
oh
And there
yeah.
was this
That
girl,
was in
like, kinda
Jacksonville.
looking at us, and she's like, I have to ask you guys, weren't you the band that was playing? Yeah, and she's like, oh, I was texting my friend, I think this is the band that was playing, and they're here at Publix. And like, yeah, so that happened. And then one time in Seattle, it was
Oh
like
my
a whole
God.
other place. Like we were in an elevator, like going to go check something out somewhere, and this girl, like, she was right next to us the whole time, kind of like, I gotta tell you guys were great the other night. And we're like, what? She's like, sorry, I'm not following you, I'm not stalking you, but just wanted to tell you guys that, and that's it. See you.
And it was like a couple of days after we played a show, so we're like, wait, what?
She seemed like a little bit.
It seemed like she was,
embarrassed.
yeah, it's weird that she was embarrassed of it. Like, that's... I
Yeah.
always thought it was, like, nice to say, hey, good job, and, like, talk to
Yeah.
the band afterwards. You want... When you're doing a show, and, like, I don't have very little experience of this, but, like, you want that feeling of everyone's listening.
Yeah.
And then you definitely, like, that's, like, the extra bonus in all of it. When someone's like, hey, great show, and you get a little handshake or whatever and a chat afterwards.
But I think maybe sometimes people think, oh man, I don't want to bug them. They're probably like on their day off, and they don't want to be bothered, But that would be probably like bigger celebrities,
Right.
Like you leave them alone. But then like the smaller people were like,
Please,
yeah,
say hello,
like, say hello
say
to
hello to
us.
us.
Yeah.
We don't even-
We get all giddy. We're like, you
We don't
recognize
know.
us?
Yeah,
Huh?
I wouldn't mind a small conversation with
Because
them.
we don't know if we're making an impact sometimes,
Yeah.
Sometimes people just like, they're checking us out, but they're not really like, they're not really, they don't show the expression. They just like, they stay giddy, but on the inside.
Right.
And then they leave, and we're like, man, did people like us here or what? Like, I don't know. But then they're like, yeah, you guys were great. And we're like, okay, cool.
Yeah, that is weird when you guys are... I've been to, obviously, a lot more music than I've ever played, so... But when you see crowds just kind of densely not do anything, but they're enjoying themselves, I'm just like, what's going on? Like, you're at a live show, and you guys are just very calm and not...
And they're just sitting with their drink.
Yeah, thanks. Like you're listening to some poet.
I think it's
very calm.
I think it's the whole internet and phone era now, because we're so used to just like watching things on the screen, and no matter how exciting and how crazy and ridiculous these videos are, like you're just like, LOL,
Right.
You don't think like, I'm actually laughing out loud. It's like, LOL.
Part of me thinks it's that, and then the other part of me thinks it's this this culture of I don't know how to show my I don't know how to show my gratitude right away. Like I gotta I gotta earn it. So I had to have another drink. I had to have another 2 drinks, and okay, now I can show you that I like you, like by dancing a little bit or bobbing my head. And it's like a lot of people just need. And Pat and I, we used to do this in Austin, Texas all the time. Like we'd be like, why is no one dancing? So we would just act a fool. We would just start dancing in the middle of the crowd. Nobody's dancing. No one's on the dance floor.
Break that ice.
We would mess around so much that people would start dancing. Like, you ever see that video of that one guy in a field and he's just dancing by himself? And then like another person joins him, and then another person joins him. Like, that's the kind of thing that like everyone needs, is just like one person to literally to break the ice. It's like, God, relax, we're at a show. Like,
It's okay.
This is the best part about being at a show, is like, let's dance and let's kind of get free and get loose. Like, it doesn't take a lot of alcohol to enjoy music. Like, you listen to it all the time. Like, you want to dance to something, dance. And like, I think it's a small embarrassment culture. Like, I don't want to embarrass myself. I don't want to be the first one to embarrass myself, you know? It's like,
people are always like so, I guess, like critical of themselves, that they assume like, oh, if I do this, like if I go out there and dance, everyone's gonna stare at me and they're all gonna think that I'm terrible and they're all gonna think all these negative things, when the reality is no one's gonna notice or care.
What if no one dances with me?
Yeah,
I
it
think
doesn't
that people
matter.
think that sometimes. But yeah, I'd say I find that at like smaller bars a lot, and like something probably with being up here too is like I want to say it's something like that people just don't want to break from the norm. Like, oh, we can hear it, that's enough. Like, we don't have to be out there. It's like, what? Like, it's what people want to, like, live music. Like, you want people to play music, but like literally they ask the owner of this place all the time, it's like, why don't you have more live music? It's like, because literally when I have people come in and you guys always be in the other room or something like that, it's so weird to hear that, and like, well, it's just disappointing. And then the other place in town, the old owner would only have the band that he liked, and they just weren't very good. Like, it was just like this older group, and they did 90% covers, 95, probably all covers now I think about it. And it was just like, let's change it up a little bit.
Might as well just have a jukebox at that point, right?
Let's just ask people to, like, I would love to, if I had more time, just like get something going like that. Like, hey, every Wednesday, let's just try to get a different artist up here or something like that. But my business doesn't allow me to help out other businesses, so it's hard to put that type of energy out there when you don't even have it. I don't have the energy for your place too. Like, I want it to be, because I would love to go to a place and like always have new music going on. And, like, that sounds like a lot of fun. Maybe one day, we'll break that. You guys are going to be the start of it. We're going to break that shell.
Yeah.
You guys will be the reason.
Woo!
Well, you guys want to do a quick plug to all your handles one more time, and then play a song, and
Yeah, sure.
we can go enjoy 4th of July.
Yeah, happy 4th of July, everybody.
America.
We are TGTG, and you can find us online through Instagram or Facebook or YouTube. Our handle is TGTG Music on Instagram and Facebook. And if you search YouTube for TGTG, I think we're the first ones to come up now. And if you have any problem at all finding us through those, you can just go on Google and search TGTG, and we are now the first ones to come up through there.
Nice.
So, yeah, you can find us. So no excuses. Yeah, we're gonna play a song for you guys now.
Let me go ahead and just grab this handy cam down so we can get that in the second angle.
Should I point the mic a little bit this way?
Oh, you're probably good. Ready? Alright, cool, let's go for it.
Angle myself a little bit like this.
Alright.
Yeah.
This is called Nomadic Hearts. My strategy, redefine the calamity. Sweat like a brute, sticky back from a parachute. But I land on my feet. for you, baby. Put a spell on me, character from a trilogy. This pilot's come for his trusty compass, walking back without his youth, but he cannot refuse. The fight when his only light becomes hazy. Go find your way to recover, believe me, you're not alone. Lost in your path when everywhere is our home.
It's automatic hearts that keep us warm as we proceed. It's automatic hearts, they're all we've got and all we need.
No river can ever come between my foolish pride. We don't stand alone. We go with the rhythm, we go with the flow. No river can ever come between my foolish pride. We don't stand alone. We go with the rhythm, we go with the flow. Woo!
Nice, guys.
Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. All right. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for doing this. I really hope next time you guys come through, we can do this again. Something similar, and
Yeah, we'll tell you all about Japan.
Yeah, we could have the Japan story. We'll see where I am on YouTube views.
Choo choo.
All right. Well, thanks again, guys.
Alright, thank you.
Peace out.
Follow your dreams, people.